Good morning. Week 6. I've got a show out this week. This is the week where it's constant studies. We got a lot of things to do this week. We've got a PA in society exam today, which is just like, everything about the profession that's not medicine in a sense. Like the laws and the, ethics, profession, touching on all those topics, just, a little bit. And then on Wednesday, we have a musculoskeletal exam, practical, and that is about 35 minutes long. So I've got to run those practices over and over. Yesterday, I created a script, so I have a flow in terms of my practice, which is good, helpful. I'm going over that today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday, which is in 2 days. And on Friday, we have a rheumatology, which is like about joints and stuff. I don't know. L L specialty. Honestly, I second that. I'm not gonna do it, but I second it. Yeah, because I'm already running late. I'm not gonna lie. No, not at me. I was here first. Cry about it. What the hell? See, my car sounds fast, but I'm not really going all that fast. Well, I guess it depends what you think is fast. Like I was saying, rheumatology. We have rheumatology and we have ortho together. Rheumatology by itself is a ton, and then ortho is a handful too. And I don't know, it's a lot. We don't have a well spaced out week for us to study like that, but I get it. It's graduate school. They had to make it hard. I understand. I'm trying out other means of staying on track and staying on top of things. So we'll tap into that in a bit too. All right. See you guys after PA and society exam. All right. Post exam, really post day. Hopefully they give one question back so I can get a complete A. I think at this point I'm at an A minus, which kind of sucks because this exam just weighed so heavy. Really, it wasn't 100, wasn't a 90, but damn near close. You know what I mean? So that's great. Now we've got to study up on musculoskeletal practical exam. Whole bunch of practice today. Rheumatology and orthopedic medicine exam at the end of the week. So let's get it. Let's go. Ooh, man. It can be done and it will be done. All right. Mid-busiest week update. I got sick for the past 2 days with a stomach virus. Literal explosive loss of fluids. Like how even? I don't even know how. Like that was crazy. I took my medication, began introducing a brat diet, dry bread and some bananas. Feeling better, but today's Wednesday and I've got an exam Friday. Oh man, I had initially planned out so much to do in the schedule and I didn't do half of that, which now I feel behind. But I don't know. I didn't get my result back from my practical. I practiced my practice. I didn't even physically practice my practical. I've mentally practiced it and read the rubric multiple times, and that was my version of studying. I don't know how I'll do. I think I'll do all right. I just kind of walked through it systematically, by the systems: shoulder, elbow, wrist, hands. I kind of went down it systematically, so I was able to stay on track in that sense. And hopefully I went over everything. I don't really remember. Yeah, so midweek update. Caught a stomach virus. Damn it. Man, my hair looks horrible. Whatever. Stomach virus. Alright. Alright, good morning. Real quick, before my classmates pull up in this parking lot. Morning of the exam. Feel alright. I think I've got a slight tweak in my study method, given whatever, complications I've had throughout the week, which we'll touch up on later on. I feel all right. Not terrible before this exam. Ortho was blessed. Tutoring notes blessed. We're going to study some more right now. I guess we'll see. Last night, I got 4 hours of sleep, 4.5 maybe. And the day before that, I got 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Going to bed, I kind of like to, play with my imagination in the sense of, I don't know, just having random thoughts about, just anything, right? Like video games or hypothetical superhero interventions, you know what I mean? Like whatever, right? So every time I'd close my eyes, the outline of anything I was thinking about just turned monstrous. You know, it was low key terrifying. Every time it just turned into like, what's the word? Like, I don't know. Like, it can be an outline of a person or a thing, and then it would like morph into the most like satanic almost looking form or beast or like like a version of whatever it was. So like a soda can would just somehow the lining or the outlines would just morph it into, not completely change the outline of the thing, but like adjust the line so that it looks terrifying. When I would close my eyes, I wasn't even sleeping. You know, like it wasn't even a nightmare. I don't know. That was crazy, and that was just from the lack of sleep, I guess. Insane. That was wild. That was crazy. All right, I'm gonna study for my exam. All right. End of week 6, I think. Wow, what a week, really. What a damn week. What I had planned initially. Well, you're going to see the reflection. Well, as you can see, it's a lot, all right? So I had a lot of practice. I was going to practice a lot. I was going to study a lot for room and ortho, practice a lot for the practical, you know, and then I had a bunch of Ankis ready, or I had the Ankis ready for the exam on Monday. So I was studying all, like, you know, from the weekend and then the days coming up. And then Monday hits, you know, I go home, take a little nap, wake up, and my stomach turning. You know, my whole family got sick with a stomach virus. I had a cousin that came from, like, Europe. My white blood cells were not prepared. My immune system was not ready for that. That was absurd to how, like, I've never lost so much fluid from being sick like that in my life. Monday night and Tuesday, I didn't get to study like I wanted to. And I didn't even, like, for my practical, I physically practiced on my family members, on whoever. But I did not practice at all. And really, I just, like, read through the script. And honestly, I clutched up. I clutched up. I clutched up. Because that was kind of, that was not easy necessarily. I mean, I went through systematically, and you just gotta do it with confidence. And I guess I even did it with, like, repetition or, like, recalling through my mind. I also wrote it out too as for practice. So I did study a lot on Tuesday for just that, because I had to. I had no other, choice. And Thursday, like Wednesday night, I pulled more or less an all nighter. I like slept for like 3 hours studying for like rheumatology, just trying to catch up on all of that. Oh man, the grind was insane. I admittedly I was like like throwing in a little bit of distractions, like an hour or two here and there, but like for how much I got through was pretty good. And honestly, I think my new method to it, I also hope that people share their tutoring notes. The way to do it is definitely active recall, right? Really try to memorize the things that are very closely associated to each other, and then kind of the things that are similar. Because now when I took the exam today, I saw, unfortunately, maybe I'm just lucky like that, but a lot of my skeleton, because I really took out a lot of fluff, like systemic lupus, Dr. House lupus, has a lot of information on it, and I really try to just take the most bare minimum stuff like that can be tested on, like anti-phospholipid APL lupus. It's very associated with a history of many, multiple miscarriages, and then I think and blood clots, and I think you're gonna have like positive Roe and Law labs or something. So like I just took those couple things and APL. Like if I see those, like I'm gonna connect those like that. Systemic lupus also has a malar rash, like butterfly rash they call it, that spares the nasal folds. And I really reduced it, because systemic lupus, systemic meaning like the whole body, you can have factors in all categories, right? But these are like the key things and how they were going to test you, and the things I kind of like try to focus up on and try to active recall. So I would write it out, and then I kind of like this format, and then I would do the thing. So let me show you guys actually. So room recall. So I've got fibromyalgia. You'll see like I have a bunch of information here, and these are things that I kind of wanted to remember. Then I would go down. I wrote it in blue to try to recall everything I can, and anything I couldn't, I wrote in red. And these were literally minutes apart, because like I don't know, I didn't have time. It'd probably be better if I could do it with longer times apart, but literally minutes apart. I did it. I scrolled down. I did one more topic, as you saw, between it, and then I went to try to recall it. Whatever I could, I threw on the paper, and anything I couldn't, I checked, and then anything I missed, I just added on to. And then later on, I'll like go on and I'll continue the topics, and then at the end I'll do it again. In the end, everything that I felt like was kind of important and on the skeleton. Which brings us to today's exam. Today's exam, we are also very fortunate. Our ortho professor really blessed his questions and did not make it as hard. Did not make it too difficult. Not easy, and I made a couple of stupid mistakes, which what a surprise, right? He didn't make it too hard, and the room didn't go into like significant depth. Maybe they understood we had a busy week, so they didn't go too harsh on us because we had an exam Monday, practical Wednesday. Today's exam had two categories, which was room and ortho. So a lot to really look over, and we did well. Somehow that exam wasn't. That was probably might have been the easiest exam we've had. People got hundreds, and honestly, I should have been one of them, and I didn't. And I'm satisfied with the grade I got, which was an 85. Like that's fine, and normally that's fine. But like I feel like I should have done way better. I messed up in a couple of things. Like part of my skeleton was like writing down only the most important information, right? But I had one answer set for an entire exam, and I kept going back to that exam. Like, and I took a nap during my exam. Well, I started to do it now because, I mean, this exam I just blew through it really fast. Like, right, I did it in like 30, 40 minutes. I did like 86 questions in like 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, but I had like an 15 minutes left, and I was like, I might as well let me close my eyes. Like I kept going over this one question, especially this one question. Cause there was a few, but especially this one question. I'm like, nah, I need to trust myself. I need to trust the skeleton I built, right? The little format I've built. Trust that because I had the correct answer on there, and all the other one just wasn't on there because I guess it wasn't pertinent enough, to me and in my mind. And I was like, so I should leave it as that. At the end, after I take my nap and I go back to the questions, hoping I would remember something, I go back to the question. I'm like, the professor probably likes the labs. Let me switch it to that. We did exam review today, and I look back, and oh my god, I was right. Like, god damn it, damn it. Like I had to trust the process. I had to trust. I had to believe in myself. I folded so hard. Like I'm happy with the grade I got, but I'm almost dissatisfied because it should have been more. But the busiest week of the second semester so far, finally over. That's nice. There's more to come, no worries, but next week is pretty empty and the week after that is. So, very grateful. 4-day break. Let's go. What I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for not being able to pull off this week with the addition of being sick, and I'm grateful for adapting. I'm grateful for not becoming disappointed entirely, especially with last week's performance on farm. There was a bit of imposter syndrome coming back in. Do I really belong here? Everybody else can pass, like I'm not, like I hear the class average was like 85ish and I got significantly lower than that. Like I'm trying not to hit like, get to me. I'm taking precautionary steps, adapting my methods. I'm changing my ways. And it's just kind of crazy to think about and say it's a second semester in, right? I don't know. I'm grateful to be here, I guess. Goodbye. Wait, I should say like, comment, subscribe. That feels wrong though. I don't know. Whatever. All right. Bye-bye.